Parents are huge, and I don't think I ever knew how huge they were until I became one. You know, I knew it was there, and you know, you would have the parent conferences and you talk. But once you become a parent, all of a sudden you realize, because you want to be active with your, you want to be active with your student and talk to them.
You can't educate the child without the parent involvement, without the teacher involvement, and without the child involvement. And with any one of those three missing, you're not gonna be able to help that kid reach their potential. So that parent component, bringing in those parents who just don't want to come in for whatever reason that is, you've got to find a way to be able to bring them in and let them know that, you know, it's just a classroom and I'm just a person, and we're going to sit down and we're going to talk, and really what I want to do more than anything is help you work with your child to be successful.
The parent experience in school affects the child's experience in school, and in both ways, which is, you know, my daughter has two parents that think school is really, really important, and we tell her that's really important like that, and you got to do this stuff, and so she does, and so she's fine, and you know, she's not Albert Einstein, but she's a good, hardworking kid, and she is going to learn lots of things as a result, because we think it's important, so she thinks it's important. I love getting information about how kids are doing from home, or, you know, if there's some crisis happening in the family. I really like it when kids go, you know what, my mom is sick and I've had to do these things, and I go, wow, that's huge, because I know that the 55 minutes that they spend in my classroom every day can sometimes be really inconsequential to the lives that they lead.
Parents are their children's first teachers. And at home, I always ask for the parents of my students to make sure they're seeing what their homework is, assist them with their homework. Reading with them is so important. Keeping them organized and on track, and just discussing with them what they do in school. It also helps students take ownership of their education and makes them proud of what they're doing.
Email was probably the greatest invention for parents and teachers, because, you know, we can just very quickly just throw off an email and say, you know, hey, they missing this assignment, can you help me out? And just that communication, that's the biggest thing with the parents, how they can help, is just keep that line of communication open. If you have an issue, or, you know, you have a question, call me, email me, let me know.
The classroom teacher simply can't do their job without the support of the parent. Just like the parent can't educate the child without the support of the teacher. You know, it's this triangle. We're all working together. I mean, I see the main role that I see parents having is, you know, they can help with homework. That's huge. Help with homework. You know, be involved. Talk to them. Oh, what'd you do today? And then when they say, well, we didn't do anything, you know, pry a little more, dig a little more, get them to talk about specifics. You know, the role, I think, of the parent is to show the child that they are interested and involved in their education, and that can be done in many different ways.
The biggest thing that parents can do is really value education, and not value good grades, but value their students' success and learning. So success for some students is not all A's. Success for some students is getting through high school with C's or better. Success for other students might be getting all A's and taking accelerated courses and an AP class here or there, but not everybody has the same goals. And so parents being aware of their students' goals, I've noticed that the students that are most successful are not the students that get all A's. The students that are often most successful are the students that have parents that say, this is what we want you to do, or this is what you want to do after high school, so let's figure out what you have to do, and then work with the teacher.
Parents instill in their kids a level of value for education, whether it be high or low, or anywhere in between. So, parents shape what students think of as a normal future. I think there's a tendency for high school kids to take a real hands-off approach, like it's your job now, you either sink or swim. I don't think high schoolers are mature enough for that yet, at least most. Some high schoolers definitely are. You know, they're go-getters, and maybe that's because of, you know, something they were born with innately, or maybe because their parents taught them that already. Parents need to be incredibly, incredibly hands-on with their teenagers.
Be there, and it doesn't take a lot of time, it just takes a lot of structure, if you will. I think that, you know, I communicate maybe a little bit too much to parents, but, you know, they email me back when they've got something. I love the email, it's great, the phone is right there. They even come into the classroom to have a visit with me. When a parent sees a kid having issues, trouble, whatever, they'll shoot me an email. This morning might have been a rough morning, but you just a heads up this morning. I love email. I like that, you know, they'll come in at the end of the school day to see me just to say how'd it go. It's just communication, parents being there and listening and being there for their kid and for me too.
You contact parents at home and sometimes they're like, well, you know, I'll talk to them, but we'll see what happens because the kid's not passing. So the role that I would hope to have is that person that when they go home, you know, hey, what did you do in school today? You know, did you learn anything? You know, do you have any homework that we need to take care of? And maybe just ask, you know, about their friends, or, you know, what was the most exciting part of your day? Mostly, I mean, I hope that they can take care of the part at home, trust that the teachers are doing what they should be doing. If not, then yeah, definitely talk to us. Be that bridge that if that kid is shy and doesn't want to approach us, then be that one to kind of help get them going and talking.
But sometimes children aren't fortunate, you know, and sometimes their parents can't help them. So then as a classroom teacher, my job is to try to keep the communication between home and school always alive, and as a classroom teacher to be able to have a relationship with their parents. But you have to realize that, you know, there could be a lot going on, and so you take care of that student. What I have the most control over as a classroom teacher is what happens in those four walls and how I relate to that student every day.
Parents can be an incredible help. There are so many times where our kids having problems at school, and I've had a lot of students who struggle, who parents can turn them around, and it's usually the best thing I have, the best experiences I have with that is that when we can all talk together, parent, the kid, and me, right there in the same room, and we can talk together. That seems to be the best. The other side of the coin is that there are also a lot of kids who struggle that I write home. I'll send an email or I'll make a phone call, and I never hear back from the parents. And so as a parent, you're probably very tired of hearing it and dealing with it. But if there's any advice I could say is, please, you know, all parents, please at least respond.
I think the biggest is just putting a high value on education. Like, school is important. Making sure your kids are here and checking in with them. Did you do your homework? Like a little triangle, right? Like you've got the teacher and the parents and the student, and if even one of those things is out of whack. And the community, yes, they've got a square or a rectangle or a quadrilateral.